Hi, I'm Matt from HockeyReviews.ca, and this is the CCM Tacks AS1 stick review. So first of all, sorry this review is coming out a little bit late like the other stick reviews. I bought a bunch of sticks at the same time, so I was going to try to test them all at the same time. Then I got a wrist injury, so it was really hard to test when my wrist was really sore and I couldn't really play. So all these reviews are done now, and here they are. So first of all, this is my first foray into the CCM Tacks line, or the Tacks line. It is a mid-kick stick, kind of made for power, but kind of made for an all-around one. The RBZ was more of the power and slap shot sticks. This one's kind of the all-around one, and I feel it does a really good job at that. This one thing I do want to mention, just really quickly, it's not important, but I really am a fan of the graphics of this stick. It's very noticeable. I like how they have the T in the middle. I thought it was kind of ugly at first, then once I saw it and saw it used more, I thought it was actually pretty nice, and I'm a pretty big fan of it, to be totally honest. Now, the one thing I also want to mention is I really like how textured grips on sticks. I feel they do a good job of really allowing you to know where your hand is along the stick, just when you're moving it up and down. It just gives you an idea of how much your hand's moving. Kind of like the grooves on a guitar. I can't remember what they're called, but when you're moving up and down, you can feel like one. You can kind of count them when you're going down. Kind of similar to the same thing with sticks. I like what CCM did with this, how it has all the raised grips and the textured grip all the way up here, goes down, stops, continues. A little bit here, not a lot though, continues, then it stops down there. I wish it was a little bit longer or more. I wish it would have been a little bit lower, but that is what it is. I like this, the way that they did this one, better than the Tacks and better than Jet Speed, because Jet Speed doesn't have it at all. So this stick, I shot this stick as well as my trigger sticks right before shooting these videos. I shot them side by side, and I noticed a slight difference, but not a ton. What I mean by that is, when shooting this stick, it feels like it has a ton of pop, and it feels really, really good off the stick and off the blade. The blade is fairly pingy. I don't feel it's as pingy as the trigger, but I have no issues with the balance of when stick handling or playing like that, like I did on the QR Edge. Everything feels really good. When I'm stick handling this stick, I don't really lose the puck like I do with the QR Edge. The blade is very nice and responsive. I feel like it's stiff enough when taking hard shots. In my opinion, this is a very, very good all-around stick. It might not have the quick release on not loaded shots like the trigger does, and it might not have the slap shot capabilities as the old RBZ does, but it's a nice kind of in between. I've taken a bunch of slap shots with this, had no issues at all. Everything felt stable, everything felt really good, whereas the trigger, it's a little bit hairy and you kind of have to almost baby it. As well as I've had no issues taking quick snapshots with this, quick wrist shots. But the one nice thing I find about this stick is I found this one to be really easy to load, kind of in movement. And what I mean by that is, and when the puck's moving. So if there's a rebound coming out to you off a pad and it's rolling on the ice, I found I can just load into this and shoot it like normal, and it will come off ridiculously hot, but very controlled. Whereas I find if I try to do it with other sticks, I find it kind of flubs or it gets too hard to control. I found with this one, it feels phenomenal. It's a really, really, really nice shot that comes off of it. This stick isn't the lightest stick on the market, but the balance is very nice. Holding it next to my trigger, it feels pretty similar. I think CCM does a really good job of actually having enough weight on the heel of the stick itself. I should start doing a balance point of sticks, which I believe this one's kind of right here, but I do have lizard skins on the bottom, so it's kind of tough, or top, so it's kind of tough to do that, and I'm not taking that off. So that, I think, sums it up for this stick. I'm a huge fan of the Tacks AS1. I've never used the previous Tacks. I used a low kick one, so it's like a team stick, so it doesn't really count. So I'm a huge fan of these. I wish I used them a little earlier because I am such a big fan of it. I would definitely recommend people to check these out. It's on my rotation for my top stick, this one and the Trigger 3D. So I definitely would suggest checking these out and taking a hard look at them and definitely testing them out if you can. So that's about it for this review. Hopefully it was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And remember, I hate to say this, remember to subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, Instagram. The links of those are all in the description. Helps me get gear like this so I can do reviews, talk about them, and everything like that. One thing I do want to say is my because I haven't used the Super Tacks 2.0, I can't really comment if this is a big change over that. Whereas the Trigger 3D and the Trigger 2 I could, where I didn't think there was enough change to warrant a new stick. I haven't used the previous version of this, so I can't tell you if there's a good enough change between the two sticks. But I enjoyed my time with this, and I think it's a solid stick you should definitely check out. So that's it. Sorry about that. One last thing. If you ever make a purchase, don't make a purchase on a piece of equipment, please reach out to the company and let them know. It helps me get some exposure so I can get sticks like this to do reviews on and to demo, because they're very expensive and it's hard for me to buy them all the time. So yeah, thank you very much and take it easy.